What a night. I mean, we saw brutal steel, we saw absolutely shocking upsets, and we saw championship dreams come true. The path to WrestleMania, it is officially set. The Elimination Chamber doors have slammed shut, and we know who came out on top. So, after all that absolute chaos in Chicago, you've got to be asking, right? Who actually punched their ticket to the grandest stage of them all? Well, let's get into it. Let's break it all down. All right, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about the huge stakes on the road to WrestleMania. Then, we'll dive into Rhea Ripley's just dominant victory and Randy Orton's complete shocker of an upset. We'll also hit the other big title matches and those interesting reveals. And finally, we'll tackle that huge question, what happens now? Okay, so before we get into the winners and losers, you really have to understand what was on the line here. I mean, this was so much more than just winning one match. This was about securing a legacy. And for anybody who might be new to this, the Elimination Chamber is not just some cage. No way. It is a career-altering battlefield. It's this massive, totally unforgiving steel structure, and the only goal is to be the last one standing. You do that, you get a one-way ticket to a world title match at WrestleMania. Seriously, the stakes just do not get any higher than that. So heading into the night, we basically had two completely different stories playing out. You know, for the women's match, pretty much all eyes were on the powerhouse, the fan favorite Rhea Ripley. Everyone was watching to see if she could keep her incredible momentum going. But then you look at the men's match, and that was just an all-out war. A whole field of top contenders, and every single one of them was desperate for that legendary spot. Okay, first up, let's talk about the woman who walked into that chamber with all the expectations in the world on her shoulders and still walked out with her hand raised high. And yep, she did it. Rhea Ripley. She was the clear fan favorite, and she absolutely weathered the storm inside that chamber to come out victorious. I mean, she outlasted 5 other incredible competitors. It was a truly dominant performance that just proved, once and for all, why pressure just doesn't get to her. So what does she get for surviving that brutal structure? Oh, you know, just everything she's been fighting for. She has officially punched her ticket to WrestleMania. She is going to challenge the formidable Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. Talk about a main event in the making. That's going to be huge. All right, so the women's match pretty much went the way everyone expected. But the men's Elimination Chamber, whoa. Let's just say it sent absolute shockwaves through the entire WWE universe. And I can't stress this enough, nobody saw this coming. The source material says it perfectly. Randy Orton pulled off the shocker of the night. Think about it. In a match with guys like Cody Rhodes, who so many people thought was on this storybook path to the main event, it was the veteran, the Viper, who somehow found a way to win. So how in the world did it happen? Well, the finish was, let's just say, controversial. Orton got the pin on Cody Rhodes, but, and this is a big but, he had a ton of help from his rival, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre's interference is the reason Orton won. So yeah, it's a victory, but it's got a giant asterisk right next to it. But hey, the chamber matches weren't the only things that got everybody talking. The rest of the show delivered some huge title fights and, well, a couple of really strange reveals.
Okay, so in the other big title matches, Chicago's own CM Punk got a huge, hard-fought win holding onto his World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor. And we saw a title change hands. AJ Lee defeated Becky Lynch to become the new Women's Intercontinental Champion in what might have been the match of the night.
But that wasn't the only piece of chaos inside the men's chamber. Not by a long shot. Right in the middle of all the action, this mysterious masked man just appears out of nowhere and brutally attacks Logan Paul. And the entire arena was just buzzing, everyone asking the same exact question: who was under that mask? The reveal, it was a big one. It was Seth Rollins. Yep. And his interference was the direct reason Logan Paul got eliminated from the match. This just adds a whole new layer of drama and personal rivalry to that main event picture. And then there was the other reveal. You know that mysterious crate we've been seeing for weeks? Well, the big surprise inside was Danhausen, the quirky, face-painted guy known for being very nice, very evil. And honestly, the reaction from the fans was pretty much a collective, huh? It was just a truly bizarre moment. So, okay. We've got Orton's super controversial win. We've got all these new rivalries brewing. The biggest question on everyone's mind has to be, what on earth happens next? Well, to try and sort out this whole mess, SmackDown's general manager, Nick Aldis, dropped an absolute bombshell. This Friday, Drew McIntyre has to face Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship. Get this, the winner of that match is who Randy Orton will face at WrestleMania. So yeah, the road to that title just got a whole lot more complicated. And that leaves us with one final incredible question. You've got the Viper just waiting in the wings. You've got two of WWE's absolute biggest stars about to collide for the right to face him. The stage is set for something epic. But when all the dust settles, who is Randy Orton going to be staring down at WrestleMania?